In the ancient Egyptian pantheon, there was no figure more feared and revered than Anubis, the jackal-headed god of the dead. Anubis was responsible for guiding souls to the afterlife, and his presence was often seen as a portent of death. Anubis was often depicted in the tombs and temples of ancient Egypt, with his jackal head and black fur symbolizing the darkness of death. He was also associated with mummification and was believed to help preserve the bodies of the deceased. The process of mummification was crucial for ancient Egyptians, as it was believed that the body needed to be preserved in order for the soul to move on to the afterlife. Anubis was often invoked during this process, with priests donning jackal masks and performing rituals in his honor. Anubis was also a key figure in guiding souls to the afterlife. He was believed to weigh the hearts of the deceased against a feather, with those whose hearts were heavy with sin being devoured by the monstrous Amit. For the pure of heart, however, Anubis would guide them through the underworld too. The underworld was a treacherous and dangerous place, filled with monsters and obstacles that could trap or harm the unwary. But with Anubis as their guide, the deceased could navigate this perilous realm and reach the afterlife safely. Anubis was not just a guide and judge, however. He was also seen as a protector of the dead, with his fierce jackal form and ferocious nature warding off any who would seek to harm the deceased on their journey. Anubis was also associated with magic, and was believed to be able to perform powerful spells and incantations. This made him a popular figure for those seeking protection or power in their own lives. Today, Anubis continues to be a popular figure in popular culture, with his fierce jackal form and powerful magic inspiring countless books, movies, and TV shows. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of the dead, remains one of the most enduring and fascinating figures of ancient Egypt, a reminder of a time when death was seen not as an end, but as a gateway to a new and mysterious world. Anubis was not always depicted as a jackal-headed figure. In some depictions, he was shown as a man with a jackal's head, while in others he was shown as a full jackal. The jackal was a sacred animal in ancient Egypt, and was often associated with death and the afterlife. Anubis was also associated with a number of other symbols beyond the jackal. He was often depicted with a flail, a symbol of kingship and authority, as well as with the ankh, the symbol of eternal life. He was also sometimes depicted with a staff, which represented his role as a guide and protector. Anubis's popularity waxed and waned throughout Egyptian history. He was most popular during the Old Kingdom, when the pyramid building era was at its height. During the Middle Kingdom, his role was largely eclipsed by Osiris, the god of the dead. However, Anubis experienced a revival in the New Kingdom, when he was once again venerated as a powerful and important deity. Anubis was not always seen as a solitary figure. In some depictions, he was shown working in tandem with other gods, such as Thoth, the god of writing and knowledge, and Horus, the god of the sky. In these depictions, Anubis is often shown performing his role as a guide and protector of the dead, while Thoth and Horus look on or offer their assistance. Anubis was sometimes depicted in animal form, as a jackal or a dog. This was likely because dogs were often used in hunting and tracking, and were seen as having a keen sense of smell. Anubis's role as a guide and protector of the dead was closely linked to his ability to navigate the underworld and track the souls of the deceased. Anubis was also associated with magic and the occult. He was believed to have the power to perform powerful spells and incantations, and was often invoked for protection or to ward off evil spirits. In some depictions, he was shown with a magical wand or staff, which he used to cast spells or summon powerful spirits. Anubis played a crucial role in the afterlife. He was believed to weigh the hearts of the deceased against the feather of Mat, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart was found to be heavy with sin, the deceased was condemned to eternal damnation. If, however, the heart was found to be light, the deceased was allowed to continue on to the afterlife. Anubis was also closely associated with the process of mummification. He was believed to help preserve the bodies. Anubis was not only associated with human mummification, but also with the mummification of animals. In ancient Egypt, animals were considered to be sacred beings and were often mummified to accompany their human masters to the afterlife. Anubis was believed to oversee this process and to ensure that the animals' spirits were properly guided to the afterlife. Anubis was a popular subject for ancient Egyptian art, and many depictions of him have survived to this day. One of the most famous examples is the Anubis statue found in the tomb of Tutankhamun. This statue, which stands over 6 feet tall, shows Anubis in his role as the protector of the pharaoh's mummy. Anubis continues to be a popular figure in modern times and has appeared in a variety of different media. He has been featured in countless movies, TV shows, and video games, often as a menacing and ominous figure. However, Anubis's legacy is far more nuanced than this, and his role in ancient Egyptian religion and mythology is one that is rich and complex. Anubis's origins are also shrouded in mystery. While he is often depicted as a jackal-headed figure, some scholars believe that his earliest representations may have been as a human figure. It is also possible that he was originally associated with the god Wepwat, who was another jackal-headed deity. Another little-known fact about Anubis is that he was also associated with healing. In some texts, he is described as a physician and is believed to have the power to heal the sick and injured. This association with healing may have arisen from his role in mummification, which was believed to help the deceased to be reborn in the afterlife. Anubis's influence was not limited to ancient Egypt. In fact, his image and mythology have been adopted by other cultures around the world. In Greek mythology, for example, Anubis was associated with the god Hermes, who was also depicted as a guide to the afterlife. In modern times, Anubis has been adopted as a symbol of death and the supernatural in many different cultures. Anubis, the enigmatic god of the dead, continues to fascinate and inspire people around the world. Whether you are interested in mythology, history, or the supernatural, there is something about this ancient figure that captures the imagination. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of mythology and ancient history.